In the quiet hours of Christmas Eve, an alarming discovery unfolded in Phoenix, Arizona. A man scavenging for firewood stumbled upon the lifeless body of a young girl aged between 5 and 7, concealed within a plastic storage tote inside a dumpster near a business in the vicinity of 31st and Grand Avenues. The victim, who as mentioned was believed to be between 5 and 7 years old, would soon be identified by social media voices as 8-year-old Dior, the daughter of a woman named Sophia Simmons. Her body bore visible injuries on her legs, arms, and torso. The crime scene, marked by the stench of decay, triggered a swift response from law enforcement as they peeled back the layers of a crime that unfolded in a seemingly ordinary townhouse. On December 24th, 2023, around 8 p.m., the man who had been scavenging and made the discovery alerted a nearby security guard. Phoenix police and an official with the medical examiner's office responded to the call. Of the multiple injuries observed, it was determined that some were recent, while others were in various stages of healing, with scars suggesting a history of AB. As families celebrated Christmas the following day, a tipster from New York delivered a gut-wrenching account. Sophia Simmons, the girl's mother, had allegedly confided that she had beaten Dior, a beating that, quote, went too far. Simmons claimed to have attempted CPR after returning home to find her daughter lifeless, a futile struggle that stretched across 5 desolate days until the woman eventually disposed of the child's body in the dumpster. Phoenix police surveilled Simmons' townhouse near 51st Avenue and McDowell Road, finding signs of a desperate cover-up. A subsequent search warrant revealed an open front door and a smoke alarm that could be heard going off. Additionally, the residence was stripped bare with furniture abandoned on the patio and cushions mysteriously missing. The crime scene was marked by the stench of cleansing agents and standing water on the floor, cabinets, and in the smoke detectors on the ceiling. This appeared to represent a tale of a mother determined to erase the traces of her unspeakable act. Video from a neighbor's home, taken shortly after, showed Simmons washing the outside of her vehicle. She was also seen carrying a large white trash bag over her shoulder and placing it in the back seat of the vehicle.
We have a young child found deceased in a dumpster. I mean, there's really not going to be any good answers to this. So it's one of those things we just want to make sure we investigate it thoroughly and get as much justice as we can for her and her loved one.
Neighbors, initially stunned by the revelation, questioned how Simmons managed to conceal the existence of her daughter. The Arizona Department of Child Services confirmed no prior contact with the woman, leaving the community further confused with the unsettling truth that a dark secret had festered so close.
They had the place taped off, so I knew somebody had probably died. I didn't think it was a young child.
A lot of police cars, you name it, they were all here.
Jose Munoz's surveillance cameras catching investigators arriving. At the time, he didn't know his neighbor's home connected to a crime scene miles away.
Ms. Simmons, can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Sophia Simmons.
Police say a tip from out of state led police to 38-year-old Sophia Simmons. That person calling from New York, saying they had known Simmons for years, telling investigators the girl might have died after being beaten days earlier by her mom.
We're told this is where that mother was living, and court documents say when officers came here to this home, they could see that there was furniture on the front porch, and it looked like someone had attempted to clean the townhome. Earlier, we could also see inside, seeing some of what officers found.
Video from neighbors and cell phone records also helping tie Simmons to the crime. Police say the 38-year-old took off to California before heading back to Arizona, where she was captured in the Tonopah area.
And I've never seen that child come outside.
Neighbors telling us they only saw the little girl through the window of the townhome, but one who didn't want to share her face or name still emotional.
To me, it's just, sorry, it's really bad. And, you know, I just can't understand how a mother could do something like that to their own child.
Ms. Simmons is a flight risk.
In her first court appearance Tuesday, Simmons, at times covering her face, appearing to cry.
I would note for the court that Ms. Simmons has at least one conviction for malicious punishment of a child out of the state of Minnesota.
One of Simmons' brothers telling me over the phone he's just trying to process what happened. In Phoenix, Ashley Holden, ABC 15, Arizona.
Simmons was convicted of a felony charge of malicious punishment of a child, substantial bodily harm in 2013 out of Minnesota. She received probation and the charges were eventually reduced to a misdemeanor. Given the year of those charges, we don't believe the victim in that case and this one are the same. Although it's believed they lived there together, most of the neighbors we spoke with say they never saw that little girl.
But we never saw more people in the house. So here we are thinking about that crime, and that involved the death of a child. But I have children that go to school. All the children gather in the same place to leave on the bus, and that child was never there. We never actually saw that child.
Simmons fled to California before eventually making her way back to Arizona, getting arrested in Tonopah. Simmons was booked into jail on multiple charges, including first-degree murder, child abuse, and tampering with evidence. She's now being held on $1 million bond.
Social media was also met with outraged reactions from those who knew Sophia and Dior. Many directly tagged the woman as they expressed their disappointment in her actions. Furthermore, it was shared that Dior's father had preceded her in passing. May the family and friends of Dior Simmons find solace in the happy memories, and may her soul rest in perpetual peace. Thank you.